Good.
How many times have you left for the day, maybe a sporting event for your child or some all-day event you had to go to and you weren't really prepared, so you found yourself hitting the snack bar or going through drive-through and maybe going off your health goals just because you weren't prepared for it? That happens a lot. Nobody's perfect, but I did want to show you a few different ways of things that are easy to take with you on the go, things you can pack with a little bit of preparation, pack in your cooler, hot items, some cold items, and things you can purchase to make your cooler a little bit more macro friendly. So first of all, I want to talk about protein. Protein is really hard sometimes to get in while you're away. So obviously, if you prepare something at home, steak strips, or a salad with chicken breast, something like that, that you can take with you is a great idea. Deli meat is usually a good idea. I don't really like to eat deli meat a whole lot, but if you are gonna have deli meat or salami or anything like that, do try to get nitrate free. Another good option would be beef jerky. You definitely have to watch your labels. But this right here, this is 4 grams of protein, 0 sugar. You do have to read the individual labels. So that's a good option as well. For hard-boiled eggs are easy to take with you. You can even purchase sometimes at a gas station or convenience store hard-boiled eggs. But they're not that hard if you've prepared in advance to put those in your cooler and take those along as well. If you are a tuna eater, there's lots of options with tuna. I know not everybody likes tuna. This is my favorite. I purchased this kind at Costco. However, there are all kinds of tuna that you can get flavored. Red curry with coconut, hot buffalo style, lemon pepper, Thai chili style, sweet and spicy. All you have to do is have a spoon or a fork with you. You can eat this right out of the pouch here. They have anywhere from 13 to 16 grams of protein. So the tuna is always a great option. Also, I just picked these up today at Target, but these are called Chicken of the Sea Infusions. There's 20 grams of protein in here. This one has a little bit of extra virgin olive oil with it and some herbs and spices. This is cracked black pepper. This one right here has lemon and thyme. So obviously you can just take the lid off and you can eat right out of the container. Great way to get protein in. There's also this collagen peptides. This is not a complete protein. However, this adds a little bit of collagen, and you can even add it to tuna, quinoa, cauliflower, anything you choose to get a little bit more protein. You can also add regular protein powder to anything to get a little bit more protein. One thing I like as well are these right here. If it's cold out, maybe it's cold where you live, you can heat these up right here. This is bone broth. This can right here just has 45 calories, but it has 9 grams of protein. So with this bone broth right here, you can just warm it up. These are flavored as well, chicken with ginger and turmeric, and chicken with lemon and rosemary. So that's a good thing to just go with you. If you have a microwave where you're going to be, that's obviously helpful, or heat it beforehand and put it in a thermos, take it with you. As far as protein, again, as well, there are some snacks right here that are pretty good. 6 grams of protein per serving. These are a chickpea snack with just some sea salt. So those are great as well. A lot of times clients ask me about bars, protein bars. What are the best kind of protein bars? And while most of them are processed, one thing I do want to say about bars, you definitely just have to look at your labels. This right here is one of my favorites. It tastes good. It has some chocolate in it. It's not the highest in protein. It only has 6 grams of protein, while it has 15 grams of fat, 16 grams of carbs with 7 grams of fiber and 5 grams of sugar. But this one's really good, satisfying. It's got nuts in it, keep you full. Sometimes my favorites are the RX bars. Nothing artificial in them. As you can see, they say what they have in them and then no BS at the bottom. These are all made with dates, egg whites, things like that. And there's many different flavors. They are pretty calorie packed. This is 210 calories, but it's got proteins, carbs, and fats in it. So kind of a good replacement for a meal or something to stick in your pocket if you don't have time to eat and get all your macronutrients in. So these are a good option. They are a little bit brick-like. Not everybody likes the consistency of the RX bars, but you gotta do what you can, right? So there's those that are option. One bars, a lot of my clients like these. I've had them as well. The thing about the one bar, they do have lots of protein, 20 grams of protein in here. This is a maple glazed donut flavor. They have lots of different flavors. The thing about one bars is, well, first of all, I find it hard to find a protein bar that tastes really good, that doesn't have extra stuff in it. Just because if you're eating mostly pure protein, it's not going to taste that great. These do have whey protein in them, so they are not dairy-free. However, they also have erythritol, which is a sugar substitute and a sugar alcohol. Sometimes that doesn't agree with everybody's system. So if you're okay with sugar alcohols, if you're okay with whey and not on a dairy-free strict diet, or dairy doesn't bother you as much, these are a pretty good option. But they're not as clean ingredients as the other ones, maybe like the RX bars or even the Lara bars. So Lara bar is another one that makes a bunch of different options, different flavors. Sometimes they add chocolate. However, this one is a protein one. They added a little bit extra protein. I believe it's pea protein, so it's still dairy-free. But they're all natural ingredients as well. So those are good options to check out when you're at the store. I did see also Target is now kind of making their own version, the Good and Gather brand of, it says 12 grams of protein, there's no sugars, nothing artificial. They're kind of copying the RX bars, I believe. I have not tried these yet, but they look good and I'm definitely willing to try them. So those are most of the good ones for protein. This bar right here, I buy this at Costco. They also make a granola. This is a grain-free, it's gluten-free. It's good. It does have maple syrup. It has some honey to keep it sweet. Pumpkin seeds, it's all natural things. Not a lot of protein is the only bad thing about this. So if you were gonna have this, it's kind of more of a granola bar with healthy ingredients, but not a lot of protein, so you might wanna add something with it to get your protein in. P3, these are pretty good to take with you. A little bit more on the processed side, do have a few ingredients in them. However, it's great in a pinch, taking it with you. You get a lot of the good fats from the nuts, beef jerky. There's different options of these as well. So this is a great option, especially for low carb day if you're doing carb cycling. So those are most of my protein suggestions. I did want to move a little bit to fats. They do have, obviously, fats. Nuts have a little bit of protein in them as well, but they're mostly fats. So you can buy these little packages to take with you. They do have little 100-calorie packs. I always try to keep them to mostly raw nuts, not a lot of extra things added. You can also buy your nuts in bulk if you have them, put them in a little Ziploc bag, measure them out to be so many grams or an ounce or so many servings, whatever suits you. So those are options as well for fats. One thing I like for fats is these little guacamole things that I get at Costco. These are great to take with you. This is one of my favorite grain-free tortilla chips. So there's no corn. It's made with avocado oil. And so this is a good tortilla chip alternative. Maybe you want to have chips and guacamole, but the guacamole gives you lots of those healthy fats. They come in those little pouches. I also like these little pouches of hummus. These are great to add carrot sticks, celery sticks, cucumber, fresh veggies that you have prepared and dip here in the hummus. Healthy fats, carbohydrates, and some protein as well. What was I? Oh yes, nut butters. I know Jif makes, I think it's Skippy or Jif makes little containers like this for peanut butter on the go, but you can also buy these little packets. Another thing with these, just make sure you read your labels. This one has peanuts, this has honey and a little bit of cinnamon in it, peanut butter. This is an almond butter. This is an almond butter. You can also find them with honey added, maple syrup. You can find them with chocolate added. But this is a great thing if you want to get those healthy fats in, and maybe you want to have an apple cut up and just kind of cut the corner, drizzle this on there. These are great things to take with you if you want to purchase those. As far as fats, one more thing I want to say about yogurt is you definitely have to watch your labels. I choose to go dairy-free. So if you're going dairy-free, this is one of my favorite. This is a coconut milk yogurt. It is unsweetened and vanilla. If you simply go to the refrigerator section in your grocery store and you buy a dairy-free yogurt that's maybe strawberry flavored, do read your labels, because usually they have about 20 grams of sugar in that little tiny container. So I always choose to just buy, you can't always find the unsweetened vanilla in the tiny ones, in the like single serving ones. So I like to buy this. I can get out my serving size, put it in a little glass container to take with me. You can add protein powder to it if you'd like to have a little flavor. You can add fresh berries, any kind of fresh fruit you'd like, maybe a little bit of drizzle of honey. But you can add so many things to yogurt and you get healthy fats, protein if you want to add that as well. So that's a good option. As far as vegetables, I did talk about the fresh cut veggies. We purchased these at Costco recently. My youngest really loves these. He likes kale chips anyway, but then also here's just a little package. It's just got a little bit of sea salt in it. So that's a good option. Carbohydrates, that's usually not a big, not anybody's hard time to get in carbohydrates, but fresh fruit, any kind of fresh fruit you can take with you. Bananas, apples, pears, oranges, obviously any of that. Dried fruit is another great option. I like dates. If you are low in your carbohydrates and you need to get more carbohydrates in, dried fruit is the way to go, making sure there's no added sugar. So the dates are my favorite. Unsweetened dried mango is one of my favorites as well. I like those. Applesauce cups. I know I have an applesauce cup here somewhere. These are handy to just take with you. Pure applesauce, if you get the no sugar added kind, easy to put in your lunchbox, take with you, take a spoon, and there you have some apple. Maybe you want to sprinkle some cinnamon on it or something like that. But that's a good source of carbohydrate. My favorite crackers, say you want to have those tuna packets and you want something crunchy and you want a cracker. Some clients always ask me, what's the best cracker to have if I want to stay gluten-free? And I chose some here that I like. Anytime you go for a rice cracker, it's going to be gluten-free. So these Good Thins, we go through a lot of these in my house. These are a great option. Just a rice cracker. I showed you those tortilla chips. I do like this brand as well. These are made with almond flour. This is rosemary and sea salt. They also just make a plain cracker. And these I found recently. I like these. Lots of seeds, a little bit of, where were the ingredients? Chia seeds, I believe, and they're made with brown rice. They have quinoa, pumpkin seeds, sunflower seeds, flax seeds, cinnamon seeds, poppy seeds, and some spices and some pepper. So this is a great option as well. These are pretty flavorful. I like those. You can even dip these in that hummus or this in that guacamole. So those are a few good things. One of my favorite things also to take along is oatmeal. Oatmeal cups. You can buy a lot of these oatmeal cups. Like I said, again, check your labels. Some have a lot of added sugar. This one is actually from Trader Joe's. It has 5 grams of sugar, which isn't a lot compared to some other ones. But it does have some strawberry and freeze-dried raspberries in it as well. This, you can take this with you. All you have to do is add some hot water, boiling water, and let it sit for a little bit, and you can stir it around. You can even add that collagen protein to it, or add a scoop of vanilla protein. Just adding a little bit more to it. You can add fresh fruit to this. The option, it's kind of endless with those. Bob's Red Mill brand also makes some of those as well, I think with flax and chia seeds. Otherwise, you can just take regular quick oats. If you're just adding hot water, quick oats work best rather than the old-fashioned oats. They'll take a little bit of time to cook and heat up. But if you're just adding hot water, you can just add quick oats, measure them out into a container. You can add your own things. You can add your own flaxseed. You can add your own chia seeds. You can add, like I said, the protein, whatever you like, to that. And those, you can even have that nut butter, those nut butter pouches. Those are great to take along, or add your own dried, freeze-dried fruit that doesn't have any extra sugar added. So those are a lot of the options. A couple other things I want to mention for carbohydrates were rice snacks. I mentioned those rice crackers, but this is just a simple rice cake. You can put some peanut butter on here. You can put some banana, sprinkle a little sea salt. That's a good snack to have. I know I had other rice. I don't know where they went. There's all these right here. This brown rice snacks, you can buy these. This is a great option as well. Popcorn, just check your ingredients. You can also pop your own popcorn at home with a little bit of coconut oil, sea salt. Put it in bags, take it with you. Enjoy that as a gluten-free snack. We really like these. This is my favorite brand of rice, Japanese rice, the nishiki. But this is simple. You heat this up in a microwave. So whether you have to go for the day, you could heat this up in the morning, add it to your lunchbox, to your hot pack, or if you have a microwave where you will be at, you can simply, you lift the corner and they heat for 90 seconds in the microwave and you have white rice or brown rice. A few other options, maybe not so easy since you do need to heat them. This is riced cauliflower right in a pouch. So even if you come home late from work and you want to quickly make some dinner at home, this one is garlic and olive oil quinoa. So all you do is kind of open the pouch, put it in the microwave, heat it up, check your labels with a lot of them. And this one is quinoa and brown rice together. So even if you just add this pouch with some frozen vegetables and some chicken breast, that's like a complete meal right there. So remember, I always say that your meals don't have to be fancy. So those are a few options as well. A couple of last minute things I want to talk about. These are one of my favorite little cookies, and I can even enjoy them on a low carb day. They're mostly fats because they have the coconut. They are 2 grams of protein, 12 grams of fat, and 12 grams of carbs, but 3 grams of fiber with 9 grams of sugar. So this is one of my favorite like little sweet treats. These Emmy's Organic, they come in different flavors. There's a lemon one. This one is a vanilla bean, but those are really good. Also these little skinny dipped almonds. The darker the chocolate, the less sugar it has, the better it is for you. So there's nothing wrong with having a little bit of dark chocolate occasionally, and you know, covered with an almond. That sounds great to me. So anyway, those were just a few things I wanted to show you. I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, please share it. But I would love to know for you, what is one tip that you have for anybody? Post it below, put it in the comments about one tip that you have if you constantly take food with you, or if you're always packing a lunchbox. Tell me something that is helpful to you, and I would love to read that down below. So hope you guys have a great day, and we'll talk to you soon.